Hey, Sag, thanks for dropping in with me. I'm here to do your quest read as we prepare to enter into the third initiation gateway that will be coming in with the full moon, super moon, in fact, partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces that will also be eclipsing that north node of Aries on September 17th. This ties up a particular karmic loop going back to April 8th when Aries hosted that total solar eclipse. So there's something that's coming back around the bend from that time. There's something that will be illuminated here that wasn't seen before. I do feel like you're dealing with a bit of a karmic loop situation. It's got revolving door energy. I think you're also seeing this revolving door go down in your day-to-day life. People are kind of breezing through your life, maybe even some people that you haven't seen for a while, haven't heard from for a while. Maybe you got people reaching out to you, but nobody's really staying. It's just like this steady stream of visitations from your past. And I think it's a bit of digging up the bones, I have to say. I do have this message coming in for you close to the bone. There's a truth that's hitting now that's very close to the bone. It's an uncomfortable truth, but it's a truth that can't be ignored. I'm not certain if you are receiving this truth or if you are delivering that truth. We will discover this. But I also feel like you're on a bit of a treasure hunt as you head up to that third initiatory gateway. Along the way, you're going to find a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. So it's kind of a mixed bag, this energy coming into play. I do feel like you got some outlander coming in, okay? This is either a foreigner, somebody who's a stranger to you. Maybe there's somebody who is a stranger to you now because all of a sudden they seem a bit bizarre, eccentric, or their behavior is exaggerated. This could be somebody who's an outsider, somebody who's not part of the club, somebody who's on the fringe. I think that there's something you're going through with this character that is quite hellacious. It is unrelenting. It might seem extreme at times. It's pushing your buttons. I feel like it's pushing your buttons because you are dealing with something that goes back a lot farther than April, okay? I did get this message coming in for you as far as the magical archetype that you are working with during this period. And it is the Chinese oracle bones, okay? I want to show you a picture just so you can get a reference. It might ding something for you. Reading the bones is a divinatory method. And there's this oracle bone. This particular oracle bone goes all the way back to the Shang dynasty. And the inscription on the bone says on one side, no misfortune for the next 10 days. So I feel like the next 10 days are your window of opportunity to get certain reinforcements in place, to get a certain foundation in place. There may be something unexpected to come in. You'll be grateful for this strengthening. There's also a character for the moon on this particular bone. And with this, it brings in the energy of both Cancer and Pisces. Also Scorpio. Scorpio a little bit on the fringe. You might be dealing with a Scorpio character that is on the fringe for that to come in that way. And on the reverse side of the bone, there is the date of the lunar eclipse that occurred on December 27th in 1192 BC. So this is something that goes way, way, way back, okay? And the lunar eclipse at that time by the ancestors was considered to be a bad omen and a sign that there is an ancestral spirit that needs to be pacified. I do feel like you're dealing with some kind of situation like this. There's something that's in the bloodline. Yes, it's something that is perhaps causing you pause. You wanted to move forward, but you sense like a deeper undercurrent here. Something that tells you you need to be careful before you move forward into territory where you might not have a lay of the land. We'll get more details about this. Bear with me as I bring in all the downloads around this. Now, these bones that are used for casting, they're used for divination. They're made from usually either at that time, either an ox's scapulae, okay? So you could be dealing with somebody born in the year of the ox, or you could be dealing with somebody who's extremely stubborn in this situation. You could be dealing with somebody that works in the medical field. You could be dealing with somebody who's doing some kind of rehabilitation work with you. Maybe you had some kind of shoulder injury. You could also be dealing with somebody who does massage, or perhaps they're a chiropractor. Okay, this just coming in. They're also made from the flat underside of a tortoise shell, and the tortoise shell is associated with the direction of the north. So we got earth element coming in there. We also have the north node of destiny, in which Aries is hosting at this time. So you could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with an earth sign. Also, with the direction of the north on the medicine wheel, we have the spirit of the northern wind, the Wabun, which is the white buffalo. So I think white buffalo medicine is coming in here for you. There is some blessing that is on offer, but I think you have to dig deep for this, okay? There's something that's in the bones. It's a blessing that wants to come through for you from your ancestors, but there's something here for you to discover, and I think you need to dig a little deeper. You've been too superficial with it. There's something that is sort of like a pox, okay? It feels like it's a pox on the bloodline that's causing this revolving door sort of energy in terms of a karmic cycle. You keep encountering the same type of cycle over and over and over again. There's an ancestral spirit that needs to be pacified. And I do feel like there's help for you here. I do feel like there's guidance for you here. But there's something that's coming into alignment with you, some kind of blessing. And when we think of a wishbone, only one person's on the winning end of that wishbone. Somebody else is the odd man out. Somebody else is on the losing end. And so you could be dealing with somebody on the losing end that's a bit frustrated. This could be any of the earth sign energies. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Tortoise is part of the tortoise clan, and that is connected with the earth sign energy in Native American birth totem astrology. Okay, so you could have native blood. You could be dealing with somebody with native blood. When I think of the tortoise as well, I think of the celestial beasts associated with Chinese philosophy, associated with the Tao. And when we look at that, it is associated, they call it the great black warrior, okay? The shell provides a lot of protection, a lot of defense, all right? So you might be dealing with somebody who really has their defenses up. They're tough to get through to. This person may be on the war path, right? So it looks like things are going to be peaceful for about 10 days here, but then things are going to stir up. Things will stir up, so you'll want to have reinforcements in place. You might be throwing the bones, okay? You might be throwing the bones. You might be looking to land a domino, you know? You might want to have somebody have to wash your drawers, all right? You might be the one that's actually delivering the truth that's close to the bone. This might be a matter of really getting your backbone with somebody that you haven't, you know, had the courage to really face them in this way before, but there's some truth you need to get through. I do feel like some wish is being granted to you. And however this comes through, I think it's going to tickle your funny bone, right? It's going to give you something to laugh about. All right, so let's just check into this. Let's see what wants to come in for you, Sag. I felt really pulled to bring out this particular tarot deck for you. It's my Fairy Oracle Tarot. I'm not always drawn to it. It's actually called the Paulina Tarot, and it's inspired by life in New Orleans. So you could be dealing with somebody that works with roots. Okay, this could be something that's coming up for you. Let's check it out. Let's see what your quest is, Sagittarius. Let's see what your quest is. I feel like whoever this character is that's on the warpath, they're hellacious. They are just unrelenting. They are like a dog with a bone. This could be somebody who has a fetch, okay? They don't like to work with cats. They like to work with dogs, right? The truth about cats and dogs, I just heard that, okay? So this could be a little bit of that. This could be a masculine, feminine issue, playing off that energy of the North Node and South Node. 10:44 on the clock when I brought that in. So yes, there is something here of significance. It's also something that brings you into alignment with a building block for your future. So we think of the bones, we think of what provides a strong foundation. We think of the framework of something, okay? So you're bringing some major cycle to a close here. I do feel like you're going to be pacifying a particular ancestral spirit. I mean, whatever is coming in here with the eclipse, that partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, it's also eclipsing that North Node of Aries on September 17th. I feel like not only is it bringing something around the bend from back in April, but this is something that feels a lot older than that. Whoever you're dealing with here, it definitely feels like a really intense karmic connection. This also is a soul tie. There was instant soul recognition. When you met this person, you were like, I know you. Okay? It was all in the eyes. Yes, and there's something here that you do need to reinforce with the Four of Wands in reverse. I keep getting this message with you. You need to strengthen your reinforcements, okay? Especially when this outlander comes in, this outlander that's on the scene. It's somebody you're a little intrigued by. They could have Chinese ancestry just because of all that energy that came in. Something to be aware of. Okay, let's see what the quest is for you, Sagittarius, as you're leading up to this full moon, super moon, lunar eclipse in Pisces in the North Node of Aries on September 17th. Give me the theme of this quest for Sagittarius. You may have been throwing the bones recently. Okay, you're getting some good news that's coming in here. I think this is the theme for you. Maybe things have felt a little cold to the bone too. There's something here where you are finally moving out of the cold of a situation. I also feel like you've been dealing with a lot of lack. You may have been living extremely close to the bone. You may have been really struggling financially. You may have been out of work. You may have been finding it hard to make ends meet. Do look for some interesting news to come in here. It could be coming in from this outlander, all right? There also could be an opportunity that's coming in to work at a company or some kind of position that has a reputation for having sort of a revolving door. This may be a problematic situation, okay? This may be a group situation too. There's something you're being called to come in and sort of like straighten something out. If anybody can turn it around, it's you. A lot of people may think that this is a hellacious task, but you feel like you got what it takes to turn this around. You just want the opportunity. You want the opportunity to come in out of the cold. Okay, so everything for you is about turning around this energy of feeling like you're lacking, or maybe you're outside of some circle that you want in on, or you feel like you're looking at possibilities as if you're looking through a window, you know, seeing what you wish you could have, what you could be a part of, what you could be included in. You may not want anybody to know that. You may keep quiet about that. You may have been pushed out of a group. You may be the one that's considered the outlander. People may think that you're strange, or there's something just really off or different about you that they don't get, all right? Let's see what your nemesis is in this situation. All right, so we know you're going through some kind of difficult terrain here, so you're really going to want to make sure you shore up your support over these next 10 days while you got a little breather here. I feel like you've been dealing with sort of like a revolving door too, as far as difficulties, challenges, things coming at you. You've been getting a little bit of a breather. Make good use of it, all right? Woo. And with that, what do we got? We got a Page of Swords in reverse here, okay? This is some energy that's been keeping an eye on you, and let me tell you, this is some difficult energy, All right. When we got the Page of Swords in reverse, this is somebody who has not the best designs in mind. This is somebody who is keeping track of you. They're keeping an eye on you. They're cloaking their energy right now. And this person has some kind of strategy they're putting in place. I think you need to watch out for this character. This could be somebody that's sort of on the outside of your inner circle for good reason. You put them on the outside of your inner circle for good reason. Yep, you put some firm blocks in place with this particular character, right? With that peacock energy there, you may have felt like this person was, just full of bluster, too much ego. Maybe you thought this person was really vain, or perhaps this person shut you out. This could be an ex, okay? But I feel like you weren't bothered by being shut out of this group. You kind of have a Groucho Marx kind of theory. You don't want to be part of any group that would have you, okay? You might identify with being the rebel, being the outsider. You actually might prefer that, I have to say. You might be in full-on Outlander mode. You might be heading into territory or going somewhere where you aren't usually present, okay? You're going outside of your area. You could have a strategy in regard to this. This could be a bit of wanting to settle a particular score with somebody who shut you out or somebody who did you wrong in some way. That person may be to the north of you, just with that energy that came in. This could be something that's coming to a head near the Virgo new moon that's coming in on the 2nd. You might have some kind of clue about this. That might be what gets you to put the bones of a plan in place, I have to say. All right. Interesting energy here, Sag. All right, what is your ally? What is your spirit ally? Whoo, the devil. The devil. You're in cahoots with the devil. I just heard sympathy for the devil. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. Okay, this may be somebody who shares your philosophy. This may be somebody who knows when it's time to play a little dirty or to work the edge of a situation. This could be a Capricorn that you're partnering with here, right? You may both have your eyes on some treasure that you want to seize. And you may be sending somebody in as a ruse who's sort of camouflaging their identity. This could be somebody who is coming in to infiltrate a situation for you. With these energies coming in together like this, I would be careful with this character because you may feel like you can trust a particular individual that you're sending in to sort of do some intel for you. This is possible. Or somebody is sending in this intel toward you, all right? You might want to be careful about that because there is the propensity for this person to play you false. You may think you know who they are, and there's a lot about this individual that is hidden. They wear a mask, okay? You consider them an ally, but it's got a little bit of trickster energy there, I have to say. Do be aware of this, right? Something is being concealed here. Something is being concealed here. I want to get clarification about that. What is this character concealing? I know there's some kind of advancement desired here. I mean, this is your energy, Sagittarius, with that owl there, all right? I think you're already aware of this, to be honest with you. You already have a clue what this character is after here. They want all the power. They may be making it out like this is a team effort when in actuality, they want to be the one in control, right? This is something about getting some kind of assets. I think it's about turning around some lean times here. This could be concerning a Virgo. We got the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. The Hermit could be the Outlander. This could be the character who went their own way. They broke from the pack and you're sending somebody in to try to get some intel. Or you're sending this character in place of you, I have to say. Look at this. So that's your energy there, right? So maybe you're sending a Virgo in your place to get the lay of the land for you. Maybe you're pushing them out ahead, okay? There's something you might not know about this character, though it may seem that the two of you are on the same team. This character is out for themselves. I do feel there's this piece here about somebody's wearing a mask in the situation. I think there is something to be gained here. It looks like there's some kind of desire to get your hands on some coin, you know what I mean? You want that treasure. That's the objective. That's the objective. Remember, Wishbone. So only one can get the wish fulfilled. The other loses out in this situation. Right, very interesting. What's the lay of the land? What is the lay of the land for Sagittarius? What is the lay of the land? This could also be somebody sending a Virgo your way, I have to say, all right? They may approach you in a friendly manner. They may be telling you, they're giving you some inside information. They got an opportunity for you. They may know how to appeal to your lower nature. You need to be careful of this, okay? Because I feel like whoever this person is, they're wearing a mask. The beef is this instability, this imbalance, this confusion, right? I do feel like there's something that is being juggled here. It gives me the vibes of, you know, sending you in, rushing in to an area where it seems like there's something to be gained, but it actually could create a lot of instability for you. Yeah, I mean, right here, I don't see 1 foot in the water and, you know, 1 foot on the earth, as is indicative of your energy with Temperance, Sagittarius. So I think you're kind of letting this earth sign energy take the lead in this regard. And I have to say, this character doesn't know what the hell they're doing. They don't. It's got strong Virgo energy, okay? We also got Capricorn energy here. There's something that you need to really balance out in this situation. There could be a character here that notices that you're in sort of an unstable position in some regard, or that you're an outlander in a situation where they have an in, and they're playing on that. So you do need to be mindful about this, you know? Yeah, you need to have your own free agency here. We got Paulina Tarot title card here, which is my If Wishes Were Horses, the Dreamers Would Ride card. This has something to do with some kind of wish you have, some kind of desire for fulfillment you have here. And I would be really mindful about this energy sort of grounding out what you're looking to have take flight, okay? Just be mindful about where you're being led in this situation, okay? Something you do need to be very, very clear about from the outset. I got ask a lot of questions. I do feel like you have some protection that can help you in this situation. You might work with dragon energy quite a bit, okay? Your dragon may be guarding a particular treasure that this Virgo, it's coming in as Virgo energy, wants to get their hands on. So do be aware of this before you just let anybody sort of like take over what's your dream, what's your vision, right? And sort of take what they say at face value. You need more details in this situation. What's the beef in this situation? What's the meat of the matter? What's the beef? What's the meat of the matter in this situation for Sagittarius? What's the beef? What's the meat of the matter in this situation for Sagittarius? King of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I also feel this is your energy, you really being in your heart. Whatever this is, it's something that's close to your heart. It's something that is very dear to you, and where you may move forward in such a way to really protect and preserve what is important to you. Someone here does not care about creating instability in something that is very dear to your heart. So I would say be aware of who you trust in this regard. You know, again, you may want to be the outlander. You may want to travel alone. Yeah, because I see there's something you're looking to transform here with the Eight of Wands. I do see movement forward very quickly. It won't happen immediately, though. This is going to take a couple months to play out. I see this happening more around the end of October, beginning of November. There's communication going back and forth here. There's some kind of transformation taking place. There's something that is just getting started. It's in a very tentative stage. Be careful who you let in on this because they could sabotage it for you. That's what I got. We got Butterfly Clan here. Okay, so this may have something to do with some kind of partnering with Butterfly Clan here. This could have something to do with transformation of an old karmic cycle that's finally opening your road and getting things moving. You could be dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in this situation. There might even be some kind of travel connected with this here. It looks really good. It looks positive. It looks progressive, but it doesn't really get moving until a couple months from now, okay? In the meantime, guard this vigilantly because I feel like other people might spur you on to rush or take certain steps that they tell you they have more of an understanding of the situation. It's like they're saying, no, 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 no. I know the way forward. I have the way forward. I have the light. I've gotten some understanding here, some information here that you don't have access to because you're on the outside and I got it in. So you should trust me. You should follow me. But I do feel like it's not just you who loses if you follow this person's counsel. Two get shut out here. Do you understand? There's a lot of instability here. There's conflict. There's drama. There's disagreement. Okay. There's loss here. And you may be finally seeing the truth about somebody that you thought was your ally. And when that truth hits, it's going to hit close to the bone. As this truth tumbles in, you might also have these strange memories resurface, strange dreams, just inklings like, it's you. You're my nemesis. You may feel like this goes way, way, way back. Like this is deep in the bones. There's something you just know in your bones. Maybe you don't have any rational explanation for this. Maybe you refrain from questioning this person or asking them if they really are on your side because you feel like it might highlight something that you don't want highlighted here, okay? It's like you're trying to keep something a little under wraps. You got a strategy in play as far as what you want to move toward. You don't want this to be sabotaged. I think you've already experienced some, difficulty, some loss in this situation. You do have someone here who maybe has been a source of illumination for you. They've been guiding you up to this point. Maybe this person also thinks that they are very wise. They know the way. There's something about they know more than you in this situation, and they use that to hold it over your head. But the reality is this person is leading you in the wrong direction because they feel really unstable with what you're moving toward, right? I don't think you lack the power to move forward towards something or the strength or the endurance. I think what you lack is directions. Clear directions, okay? It's like somebody's trying to throw off your GPS in this situation because they feel a lot of instability about what you're moving toward. Strong earth sign energy in play, strong water sign energy in play in this situation, right? Okay, let's see. What are the consequences that you're going to have to deal with on the way that are related to some past actions you've taken? What are some consequences you're going to have to deal with along the way that are related to some past actions you've taken in this situation, Sagittarius? The burden of this Queen of Wands in reverse, that is not a positive energy. Fire sign energy, I mean, it is your energy. You may be burned out. You may feel like you're really in the dark. You're tired of not knowing what's going on. something doesn't feel right. You feel it in your bones, okay? And you're trusting somebody to turn the lights on in a room for you that actually, you know, doesn't really have a clue what's best in this situation. They're just dealing with their own insecurity and trying to throw you off the scent of a trail because they don't ever want you to get where you want to go. I have to say that. That's how it's coming through. This is also kind of like a player kind of energy as well with the Queen of Wands in reverse. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, all right? This could be somebody who is keeping you in the dark about something that you really should know about here, all right? This is also somebody who could be a mistress. This could be somebody on the side that's, you know, somebody you had as a lover or something that now has gone real sour here, real vengeful here in this situation. We do know you're dealing with somebody hellacious here. And with that 10 of Wands, you may have even felt at one point, for those of you who do know people who walk the path of the occult, you may have had somebody that's thrown a lot of thwarting work at you, so much so it's really burdened you and weighed you down. You may have even been trying, ooh, and with that, she falls to the ground, okay? She falls to the ground. So you may have recently taken some action in that regard to send this energy packing. If you did, I have to tell you, they're still keeping an eye on you. They are. They're still keeping an eye on you. And they might be teaming up with somebody, all right? They might be teaming up with somebody. They might kind of come around and act like, you know, they're being friendly, but they're really on some get back. They could be teaming up with this hermit, I have to say, all right? Something to be aware of. Yeah, whatever it is, you already blocked this energy. And see, there's two here. There's two that were too much in their ego, two that are very vain, okay? You already blocked these energies. And one of them had to have been an ex, okay? And I feel like they're teaming up with somebody here. This is something you need to be aware of. You're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to clear this out for once and for all. And I do feel like it's going to take a backbone, all right? You've got to stand up to this nonsense here. I don't think that'll be too hard for you, all right? You may feel a little challenged by it, but I do feel like when you deliver a truth this way, it's going to cut close to the bone, all right? What's the power to be gained for Sagittarius through mastery as they move along this path here? All right, so it looks like you got 10 days. Get rested up, man. Get prepared. Get your montage song ready, all right? Because I feel like you're going to have something to deal with here heading up to that third initiatory gateway with that Superman in Pisces. Yeah, you could be dealing with a Hierophant in reverse, Taurus energy here. Oh, y'all used to get along great, you know? It was great when the band was all together. It was great when the group was all together. It was great when we were all friends and we were hanging out. We were all doing that alchemy work together by the light of the moon under the trees. Oh, it was so magical until y'all turned that stuff on me. This could also be somebody who really wanted a commitment from you and you were very non-committal. You're like, I'm not into that. You know, I'm me. Call me eccentric. Call me on the fringe. I'm not about that life, at least not with you. All right, I do feel like you're on the outs with a particular circle here. For some of you, I have to say it is a magic circle. Not all of you, okay? But I am picking that up for some of you. There's a group of people you used to do work with on that level. You ain't doing it anymore, and now you kind of like got some factions falling out. You're turning on each other in this regard. In other cases, for the band to come in, this could be somebody that you were creating something with, all right? You were a musician. And now, you know, the band's broken up and, you know, things just aren't the same. You run into each other and it feels forced. It feels awkward, okay? There's some kind of falling out here. There could have even been in just going along that line, you know, in the case of a band, this could be a situation where it's been sort of like a revolving door. Maybe there's somebody in this situation who's no longer part of the band that's really been keeping an eye on things. They're a little bitter about it. It could be this Virgo energy, okay? or it could be this Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, these are the two characters that are showing up that might be kind of like stirring up some stuff here. It's possible, or they're connected in some way by proxy, I have to say. All right. So I think the power to be gained here is that you're sort of like, I think of the Hierophant too, and I think of like the man. I think this is about you rebelling against social norms, rebelling against what this group of people have told you you have to do. This, in some cases, it's rebelling against your family. You know, this is you taking back the agency in your life to live your life as you see fit. All right. You might be going your own way and it might be stirring up a lot. This has been really coming up for you quite a bit. I do feel like you're learning something here and it's setting you off on a new track. You're just at the beginning of your journey and you're opening up to this. Maybe you're ready to learn, like you're tired of having everything figured out. You want to learn for yourself. You don't need somebody else to tell you what's what. You want to learn for yourself. And again, this could be in relation to earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, coming in there, connected to this in some way. Maybe they've been trying to school you and you're like, no, I'm going to learn for myself. Okay. You might be really recognizing that for you to take back your power and not have to rely on other people to inform you about things that are personally important to you is in your best interest at this time. And I would say so, especially with that Page of Swords coming up in reverse. That's an unfair strategy that's in play in this situation that you do need to be mindful of. There's people who are playing dirty here, all right? What's at stake for you and your loved ones or those you really want to share the road ahead with? Wow, that's a lot at stake. The Ten of Pentacles, okay? This is about your sense of home, your sense of family, where you belong. I feel like you're starting to realize you don't really belong in a certain group anymore. It just doesn't fit. You don't see growth here. Maybe even being connected to these people as in one way, shape, or form affected your reputation negatively. And you might just really be realizing that you've invested in the wrong thing. I see you're wanting to cast this off. You're wanting to define yourself here. Woo, and you're doing it. Look at that. That's your energy. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so things are about to get moving for you. Again, I'm picking up this piece. There's some kind of transformation and healing that comes in with that serpent energy there. You could be transforming something with a Scorpio or an Aquarius, a Taurus, a Leo, all right? Whatever's transforming here, it's not in a fixed position anymore. You're getting something moving forward and you're choosing how this moves forward here. This is a turn of fortune for you. This is good, right? So I'm sticking with this. I do feel with the wishbone piece, like you're the one who is getting the bigger end of that wishbone and somebody's not happy with what they're getting. And so because they're not happy with what they're getting, they're trying to intercept this. But this is marked for you, right? This is you transforming your fate into destiny and you aligning with the right people, okay? So I feel there's a group of people here or there's somebody you've been connected to here where you're recognizing like this is not where I belong. You're wanting to cast this off. You're wanting to head in a different direction. It is not a popular opinion, but I don't think you care about that. I really don't think you care about that. And you might be delivering a truth about this, and it's really kind of hitting close to the bone. There are some people who may be offended by your truth, and at the same time, you're done sort of like mincing words or polishing it up because whatever this is, I mean, it puts you in your heart. There's something that's very dear to your heart here. And you recognize at the end of the day, some things just can't be sacrificed. And I almost feel there's a part of you that's not even caring anymore. It's like, go ahead, you know, try to slant my reputation. I don't care about that. I don't care about status. What I care about is, you know, what's real and true for me. What gives me a reason to rise, you know? What inspires me? And you feel like you're answering a calling right now. And I do feel like this calling that you're answering, it goes way, way back. It's got roots like back in 1192 BC, man. Yeah. I mean, maybe you are breaking somewhat of a curse on your ancestral bloodline. You might be. Uh, your ancestors might need you to rise. You might come from a warrior bloodline, and it's like, what are you doing just sitting here? Take a stand, man. And that's what will pacify them. And also remember to be grateful, right? Grateful for blessings to be received. You may not see that right now, but that's a big part of white buffalo medicine, is to be grateful for blessings to be received, and be grateful for the sacrifices of those who came before you, whose blood runs through your veins, that gives you the strength and the courage to actually take a stand for what really counts. You may need to take a stand for something that really counts when no one else has the courage to do it, and you're being called to be put in that position. And for in one way, shape, or form, you're being sort of like ostracized for it. But it's everything that you are meant to do at this time in order to hit the mark. Okay. It's something that is your destiny. It may feel like a raw hand of fate that you have to be put in this position, but you'll understand when you're on the upside. Okay. So this is all about your destiny. Are you going to just sit here and let the wheel run over you, while other people get their way and they get to direct, which direction the chariot goes? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to do that. What's at stake for Sagittarius with the new world they want to bring into being? This chapter they want to open in their life, what they want to create for their future here. What's at stake? What's at stake here? Staying stuck in something that deep down, all the way down to your bones, that you should have walked away from a long time ago. Because it don't matter how much you invest in this. It doesn't matter. It's never going to change. It's the same old song and dance, okay? And you can stay here as long as you want, thinking that there's some way to reinvent the wheel, and that wheel will just run right over you. You could also be dealing with somebody who's laying a guilt trip on you, or is actively trying to hold you back from you moving away. From you moving. Some of you are moving. Some of you want to move. This person doesn't want you to move. Okay? There's something about somebody clinging here, holding on to you, trying to control what you do. But there's a certain bridge that you've been meaning to cross for a long time, and you keep getting held back. This could be because of self-imposed guilt as well, a sense of duty to tradition, to your family, to ideals that maybe you're starting to really realize a certain truth, a truth you couldn't see before. You realize the truth. Oh, it hits close to the bone. It makes you feel really uncomfortable. It hits hard. This could even be something somebody says and you can't ignore it. It's like in your face. You're like, damn it, that's true. I can't ignore that. Or it's something you see written somewhere. It's some study that you take up that expands your mind, and all of a sudden you recognize, oh my God, that's true. Like, I can't deny it. And once you see that 4411 on the clock, it's like, am I going to sit here and keep investing in a lie? Or am I going to have the courage to really stand up for what's true in my heart? All right. Interesting. All right. Well, if you're brave, and I have every bit of faith in you, Sagittarius, what's the cookie? What's the cookie for Sag? What's the reward for Sag if Sag actually follows the impetus of their heart and they go after what will truly give them fulfillment? I mean, there is a bridge you need to cross here. There is something that you need to let be water under the bridge too, all right? You might be holding on to a situation a bit out of a grudge energy as well, when you should be letting it go, because there's something really beautiful that wants to come in here for you with the Three of Wands. Oh, and what wants to come in? The Empress. Look at that. I feel like, first of all, this is you stepping into this energy. This is you really embodying this growth. This is you no longer in this place of lack with that Five of Pentacles energy. This is achieving the objective and turning this energy around. I feel like it doesn't just benefit you, it benefits another as well. You both come in out of the cold. Maybe you realize that you are the one who had too much pride. I mean, we do see the Empress has an arm around the peacock here, or it could be the other way around. There could be mirroring going on in this situation. We have Libra, Taurus energy with the Empress here as well, okay? There's something that wants to come in here for you. It's well overdue. It's growth. It's beauty. It's prosperity. It's creativity. This is living from a place where it's a garden of earthly delight instead of continuing to invest in what doesn't bear any fruit with the Five of Pentacles. You can have these 5 seeds. You can keep planting them. They're planted in fallow fields, though. There's nothing that can grow here, or you can step into the harvest energy. I do feel like there's some kind of harvest coming in for you. All right. Very interesting, Sag. All right, let's see. What is the target you should be aiming for with this particular campaign? What is this target you should be aiming for? Ooh, you need to take off some blocks, okay? So maybe you've been putting up blocks where you shouldn't, okay? There might be something that you do need to stop being so defensive about. You might need to let down your guard a little bit to let this in, all right? It has everything to do with some kind of answered prayer coming through with the Four of Swords. Let me get some more details about this. Why does Sag need to let down these blocks? What is this that wants to come in for them? What is this that wants to come in for Sag? What is this that wants to come in for Sag? What is this that wants to come in for Sagittarius? Crossing energy. Look at this, your wish. The recognition of your wish. So this is either you issuing some kind of message, or this is you receiving some kind of message or invitation. Now, if you have blocks in place, how can this person reach out to you? Or if this person has blocked you, how are you supposed to receive this communication? There may have been a little bit of this back and forth, or this could be something you just held off on for a while. I do feel like there's the activation of some dream here, some wish. And there is the ability to rise above old circumstances and move forward in this regard. There's some kind of magic in this cup. There's something that's transformed in this cup. All right, let's do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. Then I think I'm going to get you an overarching theme card. Yeah, this is what's holding you back. You got fear that's hanging over you. And I do feel this is like that ancestral spirit that needs to be pacified. There could be something that's kind of haunting you here. It has its roots in the past. So if you do feel like you have an actual like spirit attachment, it is coming through for some of you like that. This could be related to some kind of workings that were done in the past. Now, does this necessarily have to be done by you? No, it could be somebody connected to you. We got Leo energy coming in there with the lion, all right? But this can really be overcome by, you know, getting a backbone. There's something that you need to face. The only way through fear is by facing it directly, right? And then you realize it's just all smoke and mirrors. Right? I do feel like there's an offer coming your way. Maybe this person's been blocked. This person may have been blocked. This may be somebody who does kind of like, they make an offer, it sounds really magical. This potentially could be this energy that you've been trying to move away from, but it keeps pulling you back. You may sense some manipulation here. It's possible there is, because look, here's the same magical cup here coming in. I see you refusing it. You're turning it down. And I think you're very firm in that position. So you might have one final stand with this character who's really trying to like find a way in, but you need to speak some truth with the Ace of Swords here. And I think that truth is going to cut really close to the bone. But there's something here that's a little bit of irony. There's like a little humorous quality to it. And what do we got here? We got the Magician, right? So this is you definitely taking back your power. This is you activating your North Node. I do see something really transforming for you in the fall. This is like getting the second opportunity to go for a forgotten dream or something you thought you would never have the ability to activate. Maybe it seemed just too fantastical, like there's no way that can happen. Oh, I think it will. Okay, there's something transformational happening here. I don't know why, but I feel like getting a goddess card for you. I feel like you need a goddess to guide you here with that Empress energy that came out. Bottom of the deck, keep to yourself here. I feel like there's a lot of transformation that is really already underway within you. And it's just waiting to be expressed. It's waiting to come out of you, okay? But you definitely need to take these next 10 days that things are a little bit chill here, okay? Where there's nothing really stirred up. In fact, things may have been sort of a little too quiet lately. You're like, wait a minute, why did it go from being so like unpredictable, so, sort of like hellacious and stirred up and, one thing after another, to all of a sudden it's just suddenly very peaceful here. Don't question it, just take advantage of it, okay? Use this time to rest as much as you can, meditate on things, contemplate your next moves, and then keep quiet about it. I don't care who you think that you can trust with this at this time. You should keep it to yourself, all right? Let's get a goddess guidance card coming in here for Sagittarius to help them understand what they should be preparing for as they step up to that third gateway of initiation that comes in with that full moon, super moon in Pisces, partial lunar eclipse in the North Node of Aries on September 17th. All right, looks like you're trying to make it through that cauldron of Dagda with the King of Hearts energy you came in there with, as far as what's at stake for the world you want to create for yourself and those you want to share this next stretch of the road with. Okay, this is something very close to your heart. So let's get you a goddess energy to align with here to help you along the way, right? What goddess wants to come in for Sag? Yeah, see this? Look at this. Kali, endings and beginnings in reverse. All right, now this energy, I have to tell you with Kali in reverse, this could get really gnarly. Whatever needed to be closed here should be closed, because if it's not, it's going to really start getting stirred up here. I have to say, this can be pretty fierce. And it says here, the old must be released so the new can enter. There's something you're resisting here. You're not letting the evolution happen. And you got to face this squarely, man. When you get to the other side of it, you'll have that moment of Satori where you laugh like crazy. You'll get your funny bone back. You know what I'm saying? It might come in for you very strongly with the new moon, all right? You might start to really understand, like, I definitely need to bring this to a close, okay? New moon in Virgo coming up on the 2nd of September. It's just around the corner here. I think that comes in on, is it Tuesday? Just around the corner, okay? So you got a few days here before this becomes illuminated for you. You might be dealing with somebody named Kali, okay? There's something that comes in here that just really lets you know it's time to let this go, because there's this beautiful prosperity that wants to come in for you. There's this harvest that wants to come in there for you with abundancia, okay? Abundancia, Roman goddess, also a Norse goddess here. Okay, the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. But if you're closed off like this and you're holding on to stuff that you know is working against you, there's no way this is going to find its way in. And then we have this crossing energy here. What is this? Ooh, interesting. Sarasvati, the arts, express yourself through creative activities. So there may be something you're supposed to share here. There may be some kind of creative vision you have. 55:33 on the clock. You're meant to do this, okay? This will create some kind of transformation in your life. And that was interesting. That piece came in with the band before, right? Maybe you've been collaborating with the wrong people. Just because you have a different vision than them doesn't mean that your vision's wrong, okay? You have a certain insight. You may be a bit eccentric. You may think outside the box. You may be trying something really experimental, but I feel like you're definitely meant to go down this road. There's something here for you that you should definitely pull in. I think you've been holding yourself back from fully stepping into this. This is some creative vision you have. It's something you've dreamed about for a while. You might even be partnering with somebody on this, okay? You should give it a shot because there's a lot that's going to come out of this for you. Let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got. Una, easy does it. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So yes, in the case where you got some energy here that's really trying to push you to rush, hurry, which is only going to cause imbalance, don't pay attention to that, okay? You're dealing with a situation here that does require you to have compassion. And remember, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. So you also have to respect your own readiness to move forward. There's a need for you to let certain things be water under the bridge, as we talked about here. You need to release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and the light that is within everyone. And that's what's going to allow this transforming energy to come in for you, okay? Looks really beautiful. You might even want to remove some of those blocks with a little creative expression. And one more card. Let me get an angel for you here. Yeah, look at this. There's some new beginning here. Ace of Cups. It looks good. Okay, there's a rejuvenation that's happening here. And you do got some angels on your side that are extending a little mercy. So if you feel like things have been a bit rough for you lately, there is a new beginning coming in here. There is some offer coming in for something that could really provide you with a lot of fulfillment. This could be something coming in that's like a creative project, or this could even be an opportunity to thaw out the heart, to let love in, or to heal a particular connection. But I feel like you're pouring into yourself first. And there's something about that that you really can't lose, Sagittarius. The need to really make sure your cup is full, because I feel like you've been putting out some fires for a while. You've been dealing with a lot coming at you. It's been hellacious. It's been unrelenting. You've had to accept a lot, okay? It's been difficult, but it's time for you to really just trust your own guidance in this regard. There we go again. That's that King of Cups energy. We know your heart's on the line here. And it says restitution finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. And I think when you discover who's been keeping this treasure, this wish fulfillment from you, maybe even somebody that you've been meant to partner with or come together with, I think you're going to deliver a truth to them. And I think that truth's going to hurt, but it does need to come out. And that's absolutely what's happening here. We do have a Two of Cups. This is some kind of soul reunion here. You may feel like there's a real deep connection here. There's soul recognition here. You may feel like you go way back with this person. In fact, maybe when you meet this person, there was just something there. You felt like you knew them your whole life, even though it was your first time meeting them. Something's coming to fruition here, though, and it's something that's getting through by the grace of Spirit, God's